Hello, my name is Agatha and this is my podcast, Stories by Agatha. My websites are storiesbyagatha.com and storiesbyagatha.mystrikingly.com. You spell Agatha with A-G-A-T-A, there is no H. My email is dunyaz@gmail.com. I am a writer and a ghostwriter, but I am a different type of ghostwriter. My stories and non-fiction books are already written. So here on my podcast, Stories by Agatha, you can listen to me and get a sense of my writing. If you like the way that I write, then go to my websites and consider buying my completely original written books, and no one has ever seen those, right? Those books will be yours forever. You'll own the copyright, and I'll never claim them as mine. Again, my websites are storiesbyagatha.com and storiesbyagatha.mystrikingly.com. So these books are already written, and the first who will buy them is the only person who will see these books. Plus, if you'd like to own the rights to any story on my podcast, please contact me at dunyaz@gmail.com. So let us begin. The story today is Queen SILAH and OMYR. Once upon a time, when beggars could not bear bears begging, this truest of tales happened. It did, for I, Agatha, am here to share it. Queen SILAH had a most beautiful young lover. Though she was still quite beautiful, with an enticing youthful appearance, OMYR could easily pass as her son. OMYR was dashing, white, pearly, scented skin, deep red hair, lips plump, so easy to kiss, demeanor of a well-educated prince who had been burdened by his poor background, his parents being peasants. He was one of the youngest children, forced to leave home early and set out alone into the world. There were too many mouths to feed. By luck, he found himself in Queen SILAH's royal court and soon her bed. She was happy to have found such a glorious jewel, a young, unseasoned, handsome man with a heart bereft of malice. And OMYR thought he had found love, the purest and kindest, even though there were occasions when someone would test the queen's temper and he caught glimpses of her chilling stare. A stare that would turn people to ash if only SILAH could. But she couldn't, and that was all for the best. However, as life tends to be, youth loves youth, and as old prepares for sacrifice and death. At least that's how it should be. Queen SILAH, even though she was generous towards her loved ones, was jealous and vindictive. So when OMYR left in the middle of the night, covered by darkness and a hopeful, naive heart, without telling a soul, to be with his truest soulmate, a gorgeous young woman as naive as him, who loved him dearly as well, SILAH ripped her clothes, wrecked her boudoir, and finally, as rage passed through her bones and blood, she promised revenge. She was educated and resentful of vindictiveness, as were most of her ancestors. As she collected herself and her dignity, she knew exactly what to do. We go to the witch. He'll give me what I want. Wolf Moon, the dreaded and revered witch, looked her up and down and warned, because there's no denying the queen, she'd have his skin. Not that such delirious prospect frightened him. He feared for the consequences falling upon the queen's own life wheel. But she wouldn't even allow him to repeat the warning children learned at school. For thou which thou dost to other, tenfold will arrive upon thine head. And warned, as we were telling, that such spell, though powerful, had many different possibilities. I care not, she said with gold eyes. Give it to me. There will be 5 cups, Wolf Moon told, in and by the side of the ocean. Some will be golden, others will be crystal or shiny silver. All will be appealing, especially for such a young soul as well as her. They may contain success, victory, love, riches, or poverty, death, poison, and failure. If in your heart of hearts you agree to give up the life of the most beloved one, the girl will choose the worst cup. I do! May he gasp, choked. May he burn. May he flame like the sun and die, die, die! The witch observed, his face neutral. Not here, not now. Not with me. It's a promise you make to your spirit. Your own heart will know if you're being truthful. With me, you only place your hand on the crystal and by your honor swear a contract to be made. And so she did. Wolf Moon then whispered in her ear where to go and what to say. SILAH went near the beach, hiding between the trees. There she sang a song that came to her as she sang it. The melody was more or less like this. The young woman, OMYR's true love, heard it and came closer. When SILAH saw the gentle, pure creature, she immediately shut up and waited. The wicked queen did not have to wait long to see the young woman approaching the 5 beautiful, shiny cups. She lifted one of pure crystal. As the young woman looked into it, seeing a bit of water, SILAH made the promise to her spirit, through her heart, to give up the one she loved the most to get her desired revenge. The gorgeous, naive girl drank from the cup and died poisoned. The days passed as OMYR searched for his loved one. Finally, he found her corpse. Distraught, he cried in such agony that everyone soon found out. He lives, SILAH thought. He lives still. Well, perhaps he can come back to me if he behaves. Her daughter had died on a horse accident. She was very much liked by her mother, who suffered a mild distress, but little more than that. So SILAH presumed her sacrifice had been made. Content about her revenge and with a cooler temper, she sent a word to OMYR that he was free to come back and resume the life if they both had before. He refused. Once more incensed, the queen gathers her army and meets him in the forest, where he took his loved one to bury. Because she could not ride into the deep woods, she followed on foot with a few guards with torches on fire to light the way. Once more she saw him, beautiful, a glorious pale skin, skinnier, but with those plump lips so many nights she tasted with delight. Come back to me. I forgive you. Never. Come back, or else I'll set fire to the forest. You'll die. He didn't reply and walked further into the woods until SILAH stopped seeing him. Furious, the queen sent her torch up to the trees, ordering the guards to do the same. The fire rose quickly, smoke everywhere. Unable to find her way, she died of smoke inhalation. Her whole body was torched. Queen SILAH loved herself the most, so she was her own sacrifice, as clearly Wolf Moon could perceive. OMYR left to a far, far away land and settled as a fisherman. It was in the sea that sometimes his most beloved, his heart of hearts, would come as a spirit to embrace him dearly in cold, lonely nights. The end. So that's it. This is the story. Now, who do you picture as Queen SILAH? In my mind, I saw her as Charlize Theron. That's how I see Queen SILAH. I think she's very good at portraying wicked queens. So again, if you like the way that I write, consider buying my completely original works that no one has seen at my website, storiesbyagatha.com or storiesbyagatha.mystrikingly.com. And anyway, my email is there, duniaza@gmail.com, and then if you like to purchase them, just send me an email. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.